You're such an asshole.
Asshole Consulting. Continuing. Got a ton of videos. Bada bada. Booda booda boo. First world problems. Hey asshole, please keep me anonymous. Sorry if this message format is messed up. I'm single, childless, 27-year-old male who has joined active duty Air Force as a meteorologist immediately following high school to escape the blandness of central Illinois. Since joining, I have seen various parts of the world, deployed, make great friends, and saved a decent amount of money. It was like, why do I sense this good story is going to come to a very way too early end? It has likely been the best move in my life so far. I stupidly threw away my active duty career by falling in love with a girl. I know, this sounds familiar. Okay, I remember reading this. I left active duty after 7 years, snagged a reserves contract, and moved in with the girlfriend in Pennsylvania. I try to put people first. You don't just put people first. They have to earn that right. A friend of mine in Rapid City says, I hate people, I love persons. And that's exactly it. I love so few people, very few. I could probably count on both hands. And by love, meaning like, I put your life before my own. I go to jail. I grab all the weapons I need. What? We gotta go save Billy? We're gonna go save Billy. I don't think I even have a friend that I care that much about named Billy. But the point is, it's less than 10. Less than 10. I don't just put people first. Fucking Christ. They just take advantage. Most people are scum. I mean, if dude, Thanos didn't go far enough. Thanos could have wiped out 75, 80, 90% of the beings out there. Most beings are selfish, lazy, just evil. So you just can't grab a random person. They got to earn it. I try to put people first, as you mentioned in your books. Since moving in with her, I've completed a useless bachelor's degree in sociology, as well as an associate's in meteorology. Why don't you get a bachelor's degree in meteorology? You could be the weatherman. Long and boring short story. I'm looking to break up and move away from my girlfriend and start next chapter in my life without making any additional poor choices. After reading almost all of your books and religiously following your YouTube content, I still fucked up on the degree. I know. How do you... You've read all my books. You watched pretty much all my videos. How the hell did you still think I'm going to major in sociology? This is where I, at least I charge. At least I get my money out of it, and I don't care what you do. I'm noticing some conflicting advice. All right, after reading all my books, watching all my stuff, you've noticing some conflicting advice. Some of your content preaches the notion of living minimally, which I follow to a T. All I own fits into the back of my paid-for house, back in my paid-for in-cash Honda Fit. I have no debt, about $12,000 in the bank. The areas that I have questions about, however, pertain to work and finance. On one hand, you mentioned many times to go gold, work as minimally as possible, enjoy life, and to live it up during the decline. All along those lines, you discuss not retiring or working until dead to utilize the Smith & Wesson plan, which I am for. On the other hand, you are often mentioning to strive for certain degrees, work prestigious and difficult jobs. I don't say prestigious, no. Work high-paying jobs. I don't think I've ever said work prestigious. Because usually with prestigious jobs comes no money. They're very prestigious. You work for the Big Four. And save a ton of money so you can retire. Between these two paths, I am at a proverbial fork in the road. Should I go back to school and learn a trade or skill with my 24 months remaining GI Bill? Should I travel the country as a reconnaissance man, stay with many of the friends I still have in the military? Should I aim high and try re-entering active duty military, either enlisted or as an officer? I think you should go there. Yes, definitely. I don't know if they're going to take a sociology degree, though, for an officer. Maybe shoot for a pilot slot since there's a shortage. How old are you? 27. Boy, you're not going to fly the fighter jets. Maybe CK-135s. I don't care what you do in the military. I get your ass back in there. Or apply for government contractor meteorologist position. That sounds like 1,000 people applying for one job. Or should I personally aim low by working minimally as a substitute teacher, security guard, and bartender to enjoy my gun shooting, motorcycle riding, skydiving, and adventure-filled life? Thanks for letting me know. It will cost me. All right, let me explain to you where it may seem contradictory. I'm going to explain to you why it's not. I did a video, I have yet to upload that kind of Venn diagrams over this a lot. You want to have maximum freedom, okay? You want the majority of your time to yourself. You have a certain amount of time. The baby boomer and Gen X cocksuckers are going to force you to waste a good third of it, or 80% of your youth, going to school unnecessarily, all right? Then you have to work. And the cocksucker baby boomers have laid in most of your generation, not you, but most of the other people with debt. So you got to work out of that. So by the time you finally get back to zero, you're 35, likely 40. By that time, you've already loaded yourself up more with debt. You got all these kids, and now you never get free. Nobody ever gets free. Okay, very few people ever get free. Very few. And that's where the minimalism comes in. When I say, look, go to the military, get your college and education paid for. Live cheaply. Don't have your stuff. Because then you need less money, right? You've limited the spending side of your equation, so it lessens the amount of money you need to be free and to pay for that, right? Now, what a lot of people then say is, oh, so I could work as a security guard or a bartender or some kind of other job. And it's like, yeah, you could do that if that's what you want to do. The problem in just then, well, why would I go become an engineer or a doctor or this or that? Why would I want to make six figures when all I'm going to do is spend $20,000? Well, because you need to save money up for retirement, right? And you can, let's say you go bare bones minimum retirement planning. You need $250,000 in today's money whenever you retire. Now that is bare bones, man. Okay, that's bare bones. Do you want to work up that $200,000 making $10 an hour, or do you want to work up that $250,000 making $100 an hour? And that's my whole point. You're not going to piss away the money. The money that you save up is security. Because you're going to need it. You're going to need it when you retire, or you get sick, or you're elderly and crippled, which again, I endorse the Smith & Wesson retirement program because it means you need that much less money, you work that much less. But you are going to have to work some amount. That's the other side of the equation. And you can either work at $10 an hour or $100 an hour. And if you work at $100 an hour, you're going to reach that $250,000 mark a lot quicker, a lot sooner, a lot faster. Additionally, that's a minimum. That's like barely getting by, man. And heaven help you if you live to 90 years old. So as the previous one, I'm saying if you want to have truly fuck you money, you're going to be looking at the $750,000 range. In today's dollars, at whatever inflated that rates that is when you retire at 65. And so it doesn't do anybody any good to say, well, I'm a minimalist, so I can get by at an $8 an hour job. Why would you do that? Lower your risk. Get yourself a really in-demand job so you don't have to worry. See, if you, okay, let's say you got a resume where you're like a bartender or you're wait staff or you work a security guard job. Do you know how hard it is to find jobs when there's a recession going on or with that kind of resume? You're competing against a whole bunch of other people. Anyone can do those jobs. Trust me, I did them. 2 of them, I think. Not a lot of people are full-stack developers. Not a lot of people can program routers. Not a lot of people can do whatever fancy shit that really smart people who are smarter than me do. All right? And then you have the world working for you, paying you, recruiting you, trying to poach you from other people to go work for them. And so, in that capacity, I'm not hypocritical. I'm getting you to get the most amount of freedom with the least amount of work. So yeah, you got to go to school for 4 years to get some kind of trade or skill or whatever else. But that's going to save you years, decades even, over the course of your life because you've really genuinely boosted your pay per hour. Your time has become infinitely more valuable. So instead of having to work 8 hours a day and then hope for some extra shifts and work a second job, you can work 4 hours a day or 3 hours a day, 3 days a week in a beach in Thailand telling the world to fuck off. Still making more money. I mean, Asshole Consulting, I bill out at $100 an hour. To me, it's great, but I still can't comprehend. I don't almost cry, but I'm just like, fuck. I was making $6.90 an hour. There's inflation, I know. Back when I was working security and I was patrolling in shitty ass cold weather. I was tired, I was exhausted, sleep deprived, it was a miserable. And in just this one video alone that I've charged you, I'm going to make about as much as I would have in 8 hours working that shit. And I'm just sitting here. Because in an obscure sense, I have developed a in-demand skill and talent. All right? So do you want to sit in a comfy office doing something and get paid a lot of money? You know, the next video I do, they'll pay for my golf. The video after that, they'll pay for 2 or 3 days of food. Right? Or do you want to work 40 hours a week to pay for those, and not be able to golf? Not be able to, which I know I admit is not minimalism, but my point is make your time worthwhile. Play both sides of that equation. Lower your spending, maximize your per hour income and value, and everything's going to be a lot easier than if you're trying to retire and do that at $8, $9, $10 an hour. Then what was the other one? You had another good point. If you haven't done reconnaissance, man, go ahead and do that. But get your ass back into the military. You can always travel later. Military. The reason I say that is the military is going to throw you where they're going to throw you. So reconnaissance is moot at that point. Where'd it go? Where does minimally pertain what you mentioned to? Oh! Along the lines you discussed not retiring, working until dead, or utilize the Smith & Wesson plan. The Smith & Wesson plan is not that complicated for people to get. I don't know why I have to keep defending that. I'm talking when you're like that, and you're terminally ill. Fucking put a bullet in your head, alright? It's not that complicated. I'm not advocating suicide. I'm like, well, it's going to cost $300,000 to keep you alive for another month in incredibly painful condition. Just bump yourself off and save the U.S. healthcare system and the next generation literally trillions of dollars, alright? I don't know why that's so complicated for people to get. But this one, why you're going to need to work until you retire. Keep in mind, when I mean work, it could be something like, you know, God, why would I work? It could be something that's fun, but I even say it's something, just a place to go. Because a real man cannot retire. He cannot. Now, if you got fuck you money, you got tons of money and saved up for retirement, well, then you can do funds. Oh, I'm going to work with the kids. I'm going to be a substitute. Then you can do your bartending substitute teaching thing. But no man, I don't think any women, but I haven't really talked or investigated women that much. No man could just turn it off and never work again. You need to interact with people. So it's going to be volunteering. It's going to be being Sam Malone. But that's why I say you don't need the money. Oh, hell no. When you retire, if you do it right, you're not going to work into retirement age because you need the money. You're doing it because you need the people. You need to talk to some people. You need to get the hell out. I mean, even today, I was on the golf course. And I usually golf by myself because, again, I'm scattered all over the country and I don't know a lot of people who got jobs. And then, very sparse. Well, as a solo guy, you'd golf a lot faster. And not to brag, I'm a pretty good golfer, too. All of a sudden, I come up on these two old guys. And they're like, hey, you want to join us? I'm like, hell yeah. I'd love to. And we just shot the shit. And then that was great. That was wonderful. You're going to need that when you retire. Because if you do not, and it doesn't have to be laborious, painful work, but if you are not engaged in something, usually something of productive manner, doesn't have to be you're making investment banker money, but if you're not going out and serving coffee at McDonald's, or you're not going out and cleaning up the golf carts in the workman's bay, if you're not going out, I was at Lowe's, and they got like a little, I looked in because I was going to the bathroom, I saw they got a little locker room area, and there's like a little break, hey, and then they're not having a grand old time at Lowe's, but the cashiers are, of course, giving each other one. You're going to need that, man. You're going to need it. It's not for the money, because you can't have fun all day. You can't. Fun gets boring. I don't care what it is. It will get boring if you do it too much. So there's no contradiction here. I'm trying to maximize your freedom, but then I'm also trying to warn you guys that retirement is death. You need agency and you need purpose. And one of the biggest risks that you guys are going to face, we're starting to get out of the atmosphere, now we're in outer space, and no one's been here before. is agency, purpose, where novelty goes away, and you gotta, and you don't think, well, you should have had kids. What do you think happens to kids when they turn 13? They go away, mentally anyway. They're still there living off you, but they have nothing, and then they go off. They don't come back and visit you. I mean, rarely will they. Everyone's like, don't you want children? And like, if you had children, you'd be like, yeah, for what? 18 years? Then they're gone. Okay, what do you do? What do you do with the 99.95% of the time they're not there? So that has nothing to do with finances or minimalism. That has to do with psychology and mental health. All right, that's it. I'm glad I could tell everybody, clear that up, tell everybody why they're wrong, why I'm right. But yeah, I'd join the military right there. You have agency and purpose. You have a group of friends. And then, yeah, I would, while you're in the military, I don't know, maybe get your 20 years in, because you would have been before the blended retirement system. Yeah, I'd save up the money. And then I would, some kind of engineering, programming, something. You read the book Worthless, you know what I'm talking about. You get out of the military and then you go work your part-time gig, and you make a lot of money that hopefully you'll never need, working part-time, and you'll have maximum freedom. So, and then you can do reconnaissance, and you can drive around the country and figure shit out. All right, we'll see you guys later. Toodles.